Uh, Hello, this is Hugh. This is a follow-up video on the HS450, which is a Holy Stone small drone. I don't get anything for free, okay? Nobody sends me anything. Everything I've paid for myself. So I don't have to make something sound better than it is, which brings me back to the HS450 drone. It does some things well, and we'll start with the goods. It has rates. The rate switch works fine. The obstacle avoidance works good on low. And I say that because if you have the obstacle avoidance on and you go full blast towards a wall, you're going to hit it. But if you're going slow and you're easing towards a wall, it'll pick it up and it'll dart away. And this works on all sides because there are sensors on all sides. So that works pretty good. Now the flip mode. Personally, I don't like the flip mode. It loses too much altitude. Even with a fresh battery, it's not great. But after the battery's even been in a little bit, you can, I mean, I've had them at about 3 feet, had it hit the floor trying to do a flip. So I'm not crazy about the flip mode. And outdoors with good altitude maybe, but you know what, this is an indoor drone supposedly. The circle mode, it's not like with an expensive drone where you put it on circle mode and it circles where you're at. It'll orbit your location. Now this just means that wherever it is, it's going to start to circle. I found that kind of unpredictable. I didn't like it indoors. It's just not enough room for it. So that's another one. If you're in a great room or you're outside, then fine. But I'm not real crazy about the circle mode. So, and the yaw on it's pretty slow. So, but let's talk about the good stuff, okay? The one button takeoff and land, that works great. I really like that a lot. And I like the fact that they gave me the little rubber pads for the landing gear, which makes it lands a lot quieter. It's less jarring on the drone. And as somebody else mentioned in a video I saw recently, it won't slide, which is kind of nice too. So it makes it a little grippier. So, and as I said, the rate switch works fine. You know, the obstacle avoidance is good at low speeds. The other thing, this is a really kind of turned me in the wrong direction as far as how I feel about this drone. It really struggles to hold altitude, and I haven't had this very long, and I haven't flown it that much, you know, and it bothers me that it's constantly struggling that I'm always having to bump it back up, and I don't like that. So, you know, I mean, $37, I guess that's what it was. I actually have the page open right here. Oh, I'm sorry, $27.99. So $28 for this drone. I mean, that's, you know, granted it's not expensive, but it's not exactly what you pay for a little infrared piece of junk. So I would think it would do things better. And another thing I don't like about it is when it does crash, it tends to lose the battery. It doesn't take much at all, I've noticed. I've had a few crashes with it, and the battery comes out, I think, way too easy. I don't like that very much. But I do like the fact that they are modular batteries. I think that's kind of neat. I wish they snapped in a little tighter, but you know what? That's the way it goes. So I do like that part of it. I do like the battery system. The charger works fine. I like the fact that you get 3 batteries. That's good. And you get the extra set of props, and you know that you get the wrench for the props, you know, to pry the props off if you want to replace them. You get a little screwdriver, so all that's good. But the bottom line is, you know, the calibration button seems to work fine too. But the bottom line is, if I'm fighting to hold altitude constantly, you know, having to bump it up because it struggles to maintain altitude. It's supposed to have altitude hold. I really don't care for that. I don't like the fact that it doesn't flip very well. And even on a fresh battery, I mean, if you put a fresh battery in it, freshly charged, you do a flip right away. Okay, that might be halfway decent, but after that, forget about it. It's gonna bottom out. I really do not like that. I mean, because I look at this as being an indoor drone, and there are other drones. I wish I could think of one off the top of my head, but I have other small drones that flip very nicely, 100 times better than this does. And I don't lose the batteries every time it crashes either. So I just, I don't know. You know, I'm not saying it's 100% bad, but would I buy it again? No. Would I recommend it to somebody else to buy? No. So your experience may be different than mine, you know, and that's fine. I'm okay with that. Oh, and I do like the fact that these covers for the props are removable. It's like opening up a smoke detector. You turn them and then you pull it out and it comes off, just like taking the cover off a smoke detector. So that means you can remove all of these to lighten the weight, or you can remove them just to check the props, or to remove the props and check for, you know, hair, fur, blades of grass, whatever. So I like that about it too. So it's not all bad, but it's just not, to me, I wouldn't buy it again. I'm sorry, I just wouldn't. I don't like the fact that it struggles to hold altitude. I don't like the fact that it bottoms out when I try to do a flip. And I don't like the fact that the battery comes out so easy when it crashes. I just don't care for that. In the circle mode, I mean, I guess that's okay if you're outdoors, but it's really kind of unpredictable. There's no rhyme or reason to it that I can see. So, and I won't even get into the hand toss thing, because I don't do that. That's you know, if you're into that, fine. But I don't even try that on them because I don't use it and I don't care. So anyway, that's the way it goes. If the best being 5 stars, I think if I gave it 3, I'd be charitable, but you know, reasonable too. So anyway, I'll give it 3 stars out of 5, but that's it. And like I said, wouldn't buy it again, wouldn't recommend it. But as I said too, your experience may be different than mine. But I'm not going to sit here and rave about something that I don't think deserves to be raved about. I'm just not going to do it. So that's all I got for today. Sorry if I sound all negative, but it hasn't been a lot of fun. You know, that's just the truth. And I can't show a flying video of it, because by the time I edit out all the swearing, there wouldn't be anything left of the video. That gives you an idea how much fun I was having flying this. So anyway, everything's good. Hey, take care, fly straight, don't crash, and if you do, don't worry about it, because everybody does. And I'll talk to you soon. Bye now.